beautiful day in Potsdam, New York. The sun is shining, the skies are clear, and it's a perfect afternoon for softball. Welcome to PotsdamBears.com as SUNY Potsdam gets set to host a doubleheader right here at Maxey Field. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Carmia Kristen. Today, the Bears defend home turf as SUNY Oneonta comes to town for a SUNYAC matchup with plenty on the line. You couldn't ask for better conditions, warm weather, a light breeze, and a field ready for two big games. It's the kind of day where the bats come alive, the energy builds, and momentum can swing in a hurry. Potsdam will look to take advantage of being at home, feed off the crowd, and set the tone early. Well, Oneonta comes in ready to challenge and steal one or maybe two on the road. Game one of this doubleheader is just moments away, and if this weather is any indication, we're in for a great day of softball here in Potsdam. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. The first pitch is coming up next. Looking to get things started off here for Oneonta, Eva Blaney, who comes into this contest batting at a .349. Again, it's Sam Horn who's going to be your pitcher for SUNY Potsdam. Calissa Young behind the plate, your dynamic duo for the Bears here tonight. The first pitch is just underway. That one's going to be wide right of the plate for a ball to start things off. Sam Horn, one of the strong pitchers here at SUNY Potsdam, gets her up and swinging. It's going to be a 1-1 count now. Again, it's Eva Blaney on deck, Sophia Camacho, and in the hole, Emily Brown for SUNY Oneonta, as they look to get things going and set off to a good start here on this beautiful day in Potsdam, New York. The 1-1 pitch. That one thrown in for a strike. Your count now 1-2. Horn in the stretch. Wind up now, the 1-2 pitch, thrown in wide right of the plate, could not get her fishing again. A count is now 2. Deuces across the board. 2-1, 2-2. And contact made. Eva Blaney staying alive again, coming in with a .349 batting average. The second best batter on this lineup here. The best batter with the average of .364 is Jamie Cardello, who is down in the later lineup, down in the 5th hole. Contact made out in the left field. Excellent catch by Lily Gray. 1 out on the scoreboard to start things off in the top of the first on PotsdamBears.com. Again, Sam Horn, the pitcher here. Calissa Young behind the plate. Cadence Cronin out on first. Chloe Kucherov, your second baseman. Alexis Rosick at shortstop. Maddie Wasserman third. Lily Gray in left field. Peyton St. Clair center. And Sophia Pleat out in right field. Batting now, Sophia Camacho for SUNY Oneonta. Left-handed batter looking to get things going. Down the center of the pipe for a strike. Your count now 0-1. Camacho batting a .302. .01 pitch fired in, got her swinging. The count now 0-2. Room to play for Sam Horn as she looks to try to finish this one off now. Fired in. And that one just too low. Could not get her to golf. The count now 1-2. Horn in the stretch. Wind up now, the 1-2 pitch. A count now deuces, 2-2. Again, Sophia Camacho looking to get things started off here for Oneonta. Trying to get the foot on the base, the 2-2 pitch. Contact made, barrels it up to center field, dropping right in front of the glove of Peyton St. Clair. Camacho safe on first. A runner is now on. One out on the scoreboard in the top of the first. Batting now is Emily Brown. Brown enters into this contest. Batting here, a .397. A few less at-bats in comparison to Blaney and Camacho, but still a pretty fair average for the amount she's gone. She looks to advance now with a runner on first. We're going to see potentially a steal. Contact made in between the gap, out in left field. Rounding second, now third. She's looking to make her way home. It's Camacho scoring one and a double for Emily Brown. So Sophia Camacho scoring home, getting the first points on the board for Oneonta. Emily Brown doubles it up. One out on the scoreboard, 1-0 the score. As batting now is Ella Keene. Ella Keene comes in batting a .304, also a left-handed batter, trying to make her mark. Runner on second situation. Horn fires it in. That one left. It's going to be a ball. Your count now 1-0. Horn in the stretch. Wind up now, the 1-0 pitch. Strike, now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out on the board. In the top of the first, you're listening to PotsdamBears.com. Ella Keene trying to make her mark. Contact made, and right into the glove, fire to first. And now trying to turn the double play, not in time. So that'll be a sacrifice here for Ella Keene for the 4-3 put out number 2 on the board. Oneonta trying to get one more in. Runner on third now, and 2 outs on the board. It is Jamie Cardello's turn. Cardello comes into this contest with the best batting average on her team, batting a .364. And she'll look to watch that one as it's a strike to start things off. She's got an eye for how Horn pitches now. She's ready to swing. 0-1 the count. 2 outs on the scoreboard. Runner on third situation. Top of the first. 1-0 the score. Horn firing in. Contact made. It'll be fouled off. Your count now 0-2, and it is 1 strike away, and Sam Horn could end the top of the first. Jamie Cardello looking to advance. Horn the stretch. Now the 0-2 pitch. Contact made up and over the top. Out into center field, scoring 1. And she'll be safe on first. 2-0 the score now. 2 outs on the scoreboard. Runner on first situation, and batting is Kayla Keene. Coming into the .284 batting average. She'll let that first one go down the center for a strike and a runner on first, eager to advance. 2-0, Oneonta's up in the top of the first. Ella Keene just scored. Kayla Keene now looking to have some fun. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Now 1 strike away from ending the top of the first. Sam Horn in the stretch. Wind up now, the 0-2 pitch. That one's going to be wide right of the plate for a ball. The count now 1-2. Jamie Cardello waiting for the right opportunity here on first base. The 1-2 pitch fired in, contact made, fouled off, hits the top of the press box. And your count will remain the same, 1-2. Again, 2 outs on the scoreboard, top of the first. 2-0 the score. It's Oneonta leading over the Bears. Horn in the stretch. Wind up now. The 1-2 pitch fired in. And looking to steal. Throw down by Young. And she is out of here. That'll conclude the top of the first. 2-0 the score. We head to the bottom of the first as the Bears look to get the bats up and cracking on PotsdamBears.com. Don't go anywhere. More softball action coming your way. The Bears' turn to have some fun as we head to the bottom of the first here. Looking to get things started off, Emily Birmingham. Enters into this contest batting a .393. Anna Torgerson pitching here for Oneonta. Kayla Keene behind the plate. Emily Brown on first. Abigail Silliman on second. Ella Keene, your shortstop. Jamie Cardello, third baseman. Dana Pisano, left field. Sophia Camacho, center. And Eva Blaney in right. Again, it is Birmingham looking to get started for the Bears as we're in the bottom of the first. It's Oneonta leading 2-0. The 1-1 pitch fired in for a strike. Count now 1-2. Little room to play here for Torgerson. One fired high, wide right of the plate for a ball. Now deuces on the board. The 2-2 pitch, contact made, slow roller to short, fired over to first for the 6-3 put out and out number 1 on the board. Up to bat now, Alexis Rosick.
Now batting for the Bears.
Batting with a .392 batting average. Torgerson fires it in. That one's going to be a ball to get things going. Again, it's Rosick trying to get the bats up and cracking and getting something started here for the Bears. It's a beautiful day for softball here in Potsdam, New York. The sun is shining for the first time this spring. Contact made through the gap. She'll bear it up out in the center field. A single for her. Good way to get things started by Rosick. Now she's a dangerous one to have on the base path. She loves to steal and work her way around. It'll be Peyton St. Clair's turn to have some fun. The best hitter this team has, who bats with a .403. When she makes contact, it can be deadly. A brief intermission here as Keene will go give Torgerson some words of encouragement here. They're going to talk it out in the center circle. Again, one out on the scoreboard in the bottom of the first. Runner on first situation here for the Bears. Rosick just got on with a single. It's St. Clair now looking to advance. As Oneonta leads 2-0 after their 2 runs in the top of the first. Now they're prepping here. Already expecting Rosick to steal as she's sneaky on the base path. Likes to make her way around. Torgerson firing it in now. See Steele throw down, and she is safe. Didn't tag up in time. Down and dirty, runner on second, and now it is St. Clair ready to light it up. One out on the scoreboard, bottom of the first, 0-1 the count. The 0-1 pitch fired in wide right of the plate. It's going to be 1-1 the count now. Keene trying to keep Rosick honest there with a short, brief pause. Rosick not intimidated at all. The 1-1 pitch fired in, contact made. That'll be fouled off down the right field line. Count now 1-2. One out on the scoreboard in the bottom of the first. Again, you're listening at PotsdamBears.com. We appreciate you tuning in. It's senior night tomorrow night as well. More softball action coming your way. 1-2 pitch fired in. Swing and a miss, drop third strike. They'll toss it over to first just to be clear. The 2-3 put out, and out number 2 on the board. Runner on second situation here for the Bears. And it's going to be Sam Horn's turn as she looks to swing, entering into the contest with a .300. 2 outs on the scoreboard, fired in down the center. Strike to start things off. And your count now 0-1. Rosick eagerly on second, looking to advance. Horn looking to make some contact here. Torgerson in the stretch. Wind up now, the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. The count now 0-2. 1 strike away. Torgerson can end the first. In the stretch, wind up now, the 0-2 pitch. Didn't take the bait. Horn will hold. Your count now 1-2. Again, runner on second situation here. 2 outs on the scoreboard. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It is do or die, the 1-2 pitch. That one's going to be just inside in a ball. Deuces across the board now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2-0 the score. Torgerson, the 2-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3 and out number 3. That'll conclude the first as it's Oneonta leading 2-0 over Potsdam. We head to the top of the second where the Bears look to defend. Don't go anywhere. More softball coming your way. Oneonta's turn at the plate. For Oneonta. Horn now in the stretch. Wind up, the 1-1 pitch. That one wide right of the plate. It's going to be a ball, now 2-1. Oneonta a little bit of wiggle room here as they managed to get 2 in the top of the first as they're leading 2-0. Trying to get that lead up early on though here. That one no good. Now 3-1. It's Horn now who's going to have to battle back. patience by Kayla Keene, trying to find that perfect pitch, potentially, maybe even get walked. Horn, the 3-1. Contact made. She'll barrel it up into center field. And that will drop right over the head of St. Clair. She'll round and get 2. Kayla Keene, the double. Riley McDonald now up to the plate for Oneonta. McDonald enters into this contest batting a .320. Trying to lay down the bunt, not in time, and it'll slip by for a strike. Bunt an attempt to try to sacrifice and advance Keene, who's on second. Inside the plate for a strike, 0-2. McDonald did not take. Room to play for Sam Horn. Up in the battle. The 0-2 count fired in. Contact made. Big leap there. Rosick looking to turn to 2. And safe in time, they'll hold. Now runner to first and second. Situation here for Oneonta. Abigail Silliman batting here now for Oneonta. Enters into the contest batting a .269. Pitch fired in. Wide right of the plate, they'll hold. Count 1-0 now. Runners on first, runners on second is the situation here. 0 outs on the scoreboard in the top of the second. 2-0 the score. It's Oneonta leading. Horn now in the stretch, wind up, 1-0 pitch, fired in. And that'll be a strike, the count now 1-1. Silliman trying to get something up in the air here with the runners on first and second. 1-1 thrown in, trying to lay down the bunt. Contact made, but no good. Count now 1-2. Horn trying to close this one out. 1-2 the count. Sam Horn in the stretch. Wind up the 1-2 pitch. That one high and high, wide, and right for a ball. Deuces on the board now. The 2-2 pitch fired in, and that'll be a ball. Count now full, 3-2. Do or die. Silliman versus Horn, battling it out now. The 3-2 pitch fired in. Contact made. She'll barrel it up to left field, dropping right into the glove of Hannah Fagan. They'll hold the runners to their spots at first and second, so the first out on the board. Tatum Pisano up to the plate now here for Oneonta. First one fired in, contact made, fouled off. The count now 0-1. She enters into this contest batting a .258. Again, looking to advance the runners on first and second. 1 out on the scoreboard in the top of the second. You're listening to PotsdamBears.com. Trying to lay down the bunt, no good. And the runners will advance on the pass ball for the second and third base. The count now 0-2. Pisano now looking to have some fun. Horn in the stretch. Wind up. 0-2 pitch. Did not take the bait. The count now 1-2. 1-2 pitch fired in. And right down the center pipe for a strike. Your count now 2-2. Horn looking to close this one out. Stretch, wind up now, the 2-2 pitch. And the count now is full. 3-2. The battle of Pisano and Horn. Runners on second and third. Do or die situation here. Contact made by Pisano could result into some runs. Thrown in, and that one fouled off. The battle will stay and continue. Your count will remain the same, 3-2. Horn in the stretch, wind up now, the 3-2 pitch. Contact made out in the left field, and that one dropped by Fagan. They'll let in 1 run, and runners on third. She'll double it up. That is Tatum Pisano. Scoring 1 in and getting the double. The score now 3-0. We'll head to the top of the batting order as it's Eva Blaney looking to make a redemption. Again, the second best batter in this SUNY Oneonta team. She enters into this contest batting a .349. Contact made out into center field, scoring 1 run in. And now a corner situation with the runners on first and third. 4-0 the score now in the top of the second here on PotsdamBears.com. 1 out on the scoreboard. Sophia Camacho, who made an impact this first at-bat in her top of the first, managed to get one of those runs scored in. Small contact made, looking to turn to 2. Looking for the tag. Rosick tried. They'll call her safe. Another run scored in. 5-0 the score now. 1 out on the scoreboard. Emily Brown, who contributed. Timeout will be called, and the Bears will head to the center circle for a little bit of a debrief, try to calm things down and get things settled as Oneonta's gone on a run. 3-0. We're going to take the Bears look to close out with 1 out on the scoreboard. Top of the second, 5-0 the score. Runners on second and third situation. That one fired in. Contact made. Roller to Rosick. Going to fire for 3. Looking to turn. Pass ball in the attempts for the 5-3, and instead it'll be 1 out by the tag on the third base, and they'll force a corner play. So 2 outs on the scoreboard. Corners now. 1-2 the situation. Jamie Cardello batting here, the left-hand batter for the Bears. She contributed to that 2-0 run in the first. Lets that one go. 1-0 the count now. Again, corner situation. Runners on first and third. 5-0 the score in the top of the second. 2 outs on the scoreboard. Horn now, the 1-0 pitch. That one wide. And a good quick recovery here for Young to hold. Now second and third situation. Two outs on the scoreboard. 2-0 the count. Horn's got to battle back now. Contact made, fouled off. The count now 2-1. Sam Horn in the stretch. Wind up now, the 2-1 pitch. Fired in, barrels it up over the second fielder out into center field. St. Clair will pick it up, firing it in, but not in time with 1 run scored. 6-0 the count, another corner situation. Runners on first and third. 2 outs on the scoreboard. Lets the first one go down the center of the pipe for a strike. That's Jamie Cardello. Ella Keene on first. .6-0 the score, top of the second. 2 outs on the board. 0-1 pitch, fired in. Contact made down the third baseline, out into left field. Fagan picks it up, fires it in. Not in time with 1 run scored. Now 7-0 the score. Runners on first and second. Kayla Keene's turn to have some fun with the rally going up and at him here by SUNY Oneonta. 5 runs scored in the top of the second, 2 in the top of the first. 7-0 the score. Runners on first, runners on second. That one no good, will be a ball. Again, Keene looking to get things and keeping this momentum going. Kayla Keene enters in with a .284 batting average prior to tonight's contest. Contact made, fouled off. Count now 1-1. Again, runners on first, runners on second. Dangerous situation here if good contact's made by Kayla Keene. Horn in the stretch. Wind up now, the 1-1 pitch. Contact made, infield pop fly, and it'll drop right into the glove of Alexis Rosick. Out 3, that'll conclude the top second. So we head to the bottom of the second, 7-0 the score. Oneonta leads over the Bears. It's the Bears' turn to try to get the bats up and cracking. More softball coming your way on PotsdamBears.com. Welcome back to PotsdamBears.com, where we head into the bottom of the second. Oneonta leading 7-0. The Bears try to get the bats up and cracking. They got some catch-up to do. And with that, it's Maddie Wasserman up to the plate first as she enters into this contest, batting a .333. Again, that's Anna Torgerson pitching here for Oneonta. Kayla Keene behind the plate, the dynamic duo here for this SUNY Oneonta team. Wasserman looking to get things started here for the Bears. Bottom of the second. Here we go. First pitch just underway. Swing and a miss. This count now 0-1. Anna Torgerson here. The pitcher for SUNY Oneonta. 0-1 pitch, fired in. Contact made, right into the glove of shortstop Ella Keene. 1 out on the scoreboard. Chloe Kutroff.
For 3, Chloe Kutroff.
She enters into this contest batting a .210. 1 out on the scoreboard, the bottom of the second. Contact made down the first baseline. Quick little scoop and tag. It's Brown tagging the bag. Now 2 outs.
Now batting for the Bears, number 11, Sophia Pleat.
Sophia Pleat looking to get things going here for the Bears. 2 outs on the scoreboard. Do or die. The Bears are down by 7. Bottom of the second here on PotsdamBears.com. It's Pleat's turn to have some fun. Torgerson fires it in. Pleat the contact. Scooped up by Short. Fired over for the 6-3 put out. And out number 3 on the board. 7-0 the score. We're heading into the top of the third on PotsdamBears.com. Oneonta looking to continue their rally. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the top of the third on PotsdamBears.com. First one fired down the pipe for Horn. It's going to be a strike. Contact made right in the glove of Rosick. She'll fire over to first. And that'll be the 6-3 put out, now number 1 on the board. Abigail Silliman's turn to the plate here for Oneonta, contributing to that run that we just saw moments ago. They're going to say she didn't offer there. The count now 1-0. Thrown in, contact made, fouled off. One's across the board now. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the third. Sam Horn in the stretch, wind up the 1-1 pitch, slow contact. Horn will do a soft toss to first. Now the 1-3 put out number 2 on the board. 2 outs on the scoreboard in the top of the third. 7-0 the score. It's Oneonta leading. With it now up to bat, Tatum Pasono. Again, she enters into this contest batting a .258 prior to tonight's contest. First one thrown in for a strike to get things started off here for Horn. Sam Horn in the stretch. Wind up now, the 0-1 pitch. Fired in. And contact made, tossed over to first for the 1-3 put out number 3 on the board. That'll conclude the top of the third. 7-0 the score. Oneonta leading as we head to the bottom of the third. It's the Bears' turn up to bat. Don't go anywhere. More softball coming your way. And a Fagan batting here for the Bears. That one fouled off up and over the top of the press box to get things started off. The count now 0-1. One pitch fired in. Count now 0-2. Torgerson in the stretch. Wind up now, the 0-2 pitch. And that will be strike 3. Sit down. With it now, Cadence Cronin up to bat here for the Bears.
Now batting for the Bears, number 25, Cadence Cronin.
Cronin enters into this contest batting a .288. One's going to be wide right at the plate for a ball. Your count now 1-0. The Bears got to get something cooking in the kitchen here. Down by 7 in the bottom of the third. Torgerson in the stretch. Wind up the 1-0 pitch. That one no good. Count now 2-0. Torgerson in the stretch, wind up, 2-0, fired in. That one wide and a high for ball number 3. Down in the count. She's got to battle back here. We're going to see potentially a down the center pitch here. She's got to come back in the count. Torgerson, the pitch down the center of the pipe for a strike. The count now 3-1. There it is. Still down in the count. Got to battle it back. 3-1. 1 out on the scoreboard. Bottom of the third. The 3-1 pitch fired in. Contact made. Slow roller. Scooped up by second. Fired over to first for the 4-3 put out. Out number 2 on the board. We're into the top of the batting order now. It's Emily Birmingham back up to the plate.
Emily Birmingham.
Again, prior to tonight's contest, she enters in with a .393.
I don't even know what to say.
Torgerson in the stretch, wind up now. The pitch fired in, and that's going to be wide right of the plate. The count now 1-0. The 1-0 pitch fired in. Barrels it up into left field, dropping in between the gap of grass. She'll single it out.
Now batting for the Bears, number 2, Alexis Rosick.
And feet on the bag. It's Rosick's turn now as she looks to advance Birmingham on first. Rosick got things up and started for the Bears in the first inning. Contact made right into the glove of first baseman Emily Brown. Unfortunate break for the Bears. As that'll conclude the third. We head into the top of the fourth. 7-0, where it's Oneonta looking to we head to the top of the fourth, where it's Eva Blaney looking to get things started off here for Oneonta. 7-0, they're leading. Sam Horn, first pitch. Trying to lay down the bunt, and it's going to go foul. Count now 0-1. Now, I will say, young has a good fire down behind her, behind the plate. She's not one you really want to start a bunt off. We saw that they threw the steal out earlier tonight on the attempt to steal the second. That one down the third baseline, scooped up by Wasserman and fired over to first with a 5-3 put out number 1. Sophia Camacho, the left-handed batter, who's contributed a lot here tonight for this Oneonta team, attempting to slap Horn in the stretch. Wind up now, the 0-1 pitch fired in. Got her again, 0-2 the count now. Camacho trying to get the slap down and able to so far. 0-2 the count, Horn room to play. She's going to fire it in and get her down. Strike 3, out 2. Batting now, Emily Brown. Two outs on the scoreboard, top of the 4th. Contact made, picked up by Rosick, fired over to first for the 6-3 put out, and out number 3 on the board. We head to the bottom of the 4th, 7-0 the score. Bears turn up to the plate. They need to get the bats up and cracking here. Don't go anywhere on PotsdamBears.com. Still plenty of softball left. We head into the bottom of the 4th here on PotsdamBears.com. It is Oneonta leading 7-0. The Bears got to get the bats up and cracking here to make a comeback. They got the right batter up to the task to do it. It is Peyton St. Clair, the best batter on this team with the average of a .403. Trying to get things started off here for the Bears. First one fired in for a ball. The count now 1-0. Peyton St. Clair trying to get things going here. Up and started up now for the Bears. Anna Torgerson, the 1-0 pitch. And that one just quite off the mark. 2-0 the count now. The 2-0 pitch, contact made here by St. Clair. Fouled it off now. The count 2-1. Looking for good, solid contact. St. Clair trying to get things started here for SUNY Potsdam. Torgerson, the 2-1 pitch, fired in. Not quite the count now, 3-1. Down in the battle, she's got to battle back. It's Torgerson. Patience here from St. Clair trying to find that sweet pitch. The 3-1 fired in, contact made, fouled off. The count now full, 3-2. The 3-2 pitch fired in, that one wide, and St. Clair will take her place on first. Up to bat now will be Sam Horn.
Now batting for the Bears, number 17, Sam Horn.
Again, Horn enters into this contest prior to tonight, batting a .300. The bottom of the fourth, 0 outs on the scoreboard. Runner on first situation. Torgerson firing it in wide right of the plate. That'll be a ball. .1-0 the count now. Again, runner on first. Bears look to advance. They need to make some points here. Contact made, fouled off down the first base line. The count now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 7-0 the score. Oneonta leading in the bottom of the fourth on PotsdamBears.com. The sun is out and shining for this beautiful doubleheader. Fired in, contact made, scooped up by second baseman Abigail Silliman. Fired over to first for the 4-3 put out and the sacrifice to advance St. Clair. Runner on second now here for the Bears. And Maddie Wasserman's turn now to have some fun as St. Clair's on second looking to advance. Pitch fired in. That one's going to be wide right of the plate. Could not get her to fish. 1-0 the count. Anna Torgerson in the stretch. Wind up now, the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss for a strike. The count now 1. 1's across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. In the stretch now. Wind up, the 1-1 pitch. Fired in down the center for a strike. The count now 1-2. One to 2 pitch, fired in, contact made, fouled off, staying alive. The count will remain the same. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out in the bottom of the fourth. Again, looking to advance. It's Peyton St. Clair on second, eagerly waiting for the right opportunity. Fouled off again. The battle will continue. Maddie Wasserman and Anna Torgerson. Torgerson in the stretch, wind up now, the 1-2 pitch, fired in, down the center for strike 3, she is out. Chloe Kutroff up to bat now. 2 outs on the scoreboard in the bottom of the fourth.
Now batting for the Bears, number 3, Chloe Kutroff.
It is do or die here for the Bears. St. Clair out on second. The pitch fired in now. Contact made, barrels it up to center field. Going. Snagged up by Sofia Camacho. That'll be out 3 and conclude the fourth. We head to the top of the fifth. 7-0 the score. Oneonta sits pretty easy. They look to continue their run. More softball coming your way. fifth here on PotsdamBears.com, where that first one's fired down for a ball. The count 1-0. Oneonta sitting pretty easy and happy. 7-0 the lead. (2-0) the count now. Ella Keen batting here for SUNY Oneonta. The 2-0 pitch. Wide left of the plate. The count now 3-0. Horn now got to battle back here. 2-1. Still got to battle back. Down in the count. Fouls it off. Deuces on the board. 2-2. Ella Keen trying to get things started up here for this Oneonta team. The 2-2 pitch fired in. Contact made, fouled off, staying alive. Ella Keen. Horn in the stretch, wind up now, the 2-2 pitch, contact made, up in the air and dropping right into the glove of Cadence Cronin, out number 1 on the board. Jamie Cardello, her turn up to the plate, trying to get things cooking in the kitchen here. One out on the scoreboard, top of the 5th. The pitch fired in. It's going to be a strike down the center of the pipe. 0-1 the count. Oh, 1 pitch fired in, contact made. Oh my goodness, line drive out now, scooting into left field. She'll single it. A power behind that one there for Jamie Cardello. Kayla Keen now up to the plate.
Make us over here. Yeah, was that 22?
Yeah. We're pinch hitter number 3. Shayna Leno.
Kayla Keen batting here for SUNY Oneonta, trying to lay down the bunt, and she does in the attempt to advance. Fires the first, trying to turn the double play. No one's home. Two outs on the scoreboard, top of the 5th. Batting now will be Emma Moore, entering in for the first time tonight here for Oneonta, coming with batting a .206. Runner on second situation, 2 outs on the scoreboard. Oneonta looks to push. The pitch fired in. Contact made, barrels it up into center field, and dropping right in front of Peyton St. Clair. She'll fire in, not in time for a run to be scored. And Young will try to recover there on the fire. It goes all the way out into center field. Looking to round, and it's going to be a home run here on the air of Young for Emma Moore. 2 outs on the scoreboard. Top of the 5th, 9-0 the score. Contact made right over the glove of third baseman Wasserman. Rozek for the recovery. Safe on first now. Runner on first situation. 2 outs on the scoreboard. Top of the 5th. You're watching on PotsdamBears.com. Horn. In the stretch, wind up now, pitch fired in, and it's going to be wide right of the plate for a ball. The count 1-0. Working it down, trying to close out is the Bears. 1-0 pitch fired in. That one just inside the plate, nicking the box. It's a strike here. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs on the scoreboard. Runner on first situation. The 1-1 pitch fired in. Contact made. Slow roller. Rozek looking to fire to first. She does for the 6-3 put out number 3 to conclude the top of the 5th. We head to the bottom of the 5th where it is do or die. The Bears have to get something moving. On PotsdamBears.com's more softball coming your way. Get into the bottom of the 5th on PotsdamBears.com. Sophia Pleat up to bat. First one fired in top, wide right of the plate. The count now 1-1. Tanner Smith, the relief pitcher for Anna Torgerson. Contact made here, fouling off. The count now 1-2. Bears got to get something moving here. Down by 9 in the bottom of the 5th. It is do or die. Smith in the stretch, wind up now, the 1-2 pitch. Fired in. 2-2, deuces across the board. Contact made, scooped up here by Silliman, fired over to first for the 4-3 put out number 1 on the board.
Now batting for the Bears, number 24, Hannah Fagan.
Hannah Fagan enters up to bat here for the Bears as she looks to get something started up. Prior to tonight's contest, Fagan with 29 at-bats, batting a .276. First one thrown down the center of the pipe for a strike. Your count 0-1 to get things started. Again, it's Tanner Smith here, the relief pitcher for Oneonta. One ball, one strike, one out on the scoreboard. Bottom of the fifth here on PotsdamBears.com. 9-0 the score. 1-1 pitch fired in. Swing and a miss for a strike. The count now 1-2. Smith in the stretch. Wind up now the 1-2 pitch. High for a ball. Deuces across the board. The 2-2 pitch. Contact made, fouled off, staying alive. Smith in the stretch. Wind up now. The 2-2 pitch fired in. Fouled off again. The count will remain the same. I want it up in the air down the right-hand side, and it fouls off. Again, staying alive in this battle. Hannah Fagan, Tanner Smith battling this one out. 2-2. Again, count remaining the same. One out on the scoreboard. Bottom of the fifth. 9-0 the score on PotsdamBears.com. 2-2 pitch again. Here we go. Down the left-hand side. Fouled off again. Keeping it alive. Another life, another day to live. Two pitch fired in. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Out two on the board. We head.
Now batting for the Bears, number 25, Cadence Cronin.
Down the lineup, it's Caden Cronin's turn. Do or die here. 2 outs on the scoreboard. Bottom of the fifth. First pitch fired in for a ball. Again, Tanner Smith, relief pitcher here for Anna Torgerson. Trying to close this one out for Oneonta. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. The count now 1-1. Smith in the stretch. Wind up now. 1-1 pitch. Fired in. Swing and a miss for strike two. The count now 1-2. And Smith, one strike away from ending this game. Tanner Smith looking to close this one out now. The 1-2 pitch fired in. That one wide. Left of the plate. Could not get her to take the bait. Your count now deuces across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the fifth. 9-0 the score. Smith in the stretch. Wind up now. 2-2 pitch. That one high. The count is now full. It is do or die. Three to 2 pitch fired in. Contact made. Fouling it off. Staying alive. Cronin. Contact made, fouling off again. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Again, Cadence Cronin trying to get something started up here for the SUNY Potsdam squad. 3-2 pitch, fired in. Contact made and fouled off again. Late on the swing, just gotta adjust here. Looking for good, solid contact. The 3-2 pitch. Contact made, and on the air, she might be safe. Yes, she is. The Bears will get one on. Alakeen, an attempt to scoop, will fumble here on the attempt to fire her over, so she'll hold. And now we'll head to the top of the batting order. It's Emily Birmingham.
I don't even know what said. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's got done.
Contact made, and oh my goodness, what a catch by Tanner Smith to close that one out right into her glove. She'll scoop it up. The final score, 9-0. Oneonta sweeps in game 1 of 2 of this doubleheader. We head into the second one after this brief intermission. More softball coming your way, where the Bears look to split with Oneonta.
I need help from here.
as we head into game number 2 of this doubleheader action here at SUNY Potsdam. It is Emily Birmingham at the mound, Calissa Young behind the helm. Batting now, Eva Blaney. It count 1-1 to get things started off here. Top of the first on PotsdamBears.com. The sun is shining. The wind is lightly blowing. It is a beautiful day for softball. Contact made, fouled off down the third base line. Your count now 1-2. Birmingham now in the stretch. Wind up, the 1-2 pitch, fired in, up in the air, and it will. Miscommunication, drop into the grass. Safe on first, she'll get a single. It's Eva Blaney. Batting now here for Oneonta, Sophia Camacho. Birmingham now, the pitch fired in. One 1-0 the count. Birmingham now, the 1-0 pitch. Count now 2-0. Strike down the center of the pipe. The count now 2-1. Again, that's Sophia Camacho batting here. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Deuces on the board. Camacho enters into this contest with a .302. The 2-2 pitch fired in wide. The count now full. Runner on first situation here. As Oneonta looks to get off to a good start early on within the contest. Top of the first on PotsdamBears.com. Again, my name's Carmia Carista. Senior night tomorrow night as well for the Bears. She'll get walked. Runners on first and second now. 0 outs. Top of the first. Emily Brown up to the plate here for SUNY Oneonta. Birmingham in the stretch. Wind up now, the pitch fired in. That'll be a ball. The count now 1-0. Again, runners on first and second. 0-0 the score. The top of the first. 1-0 the count. Birmingham at the plate. Young behind. Fired in. It'll be a strike. The count now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, it's Emily Brown batting here. Enters in with the .397 batting average. 63 at-bats for her. And that one will be a ball. The count now 2-1. Runners on first, runners on second situation. Birmingham in the stretch. Wind up now, the 2-1 pitch. Contact made. It's going to be a foul ball up and over the top. Deuces on the board, 2-2 the count. Runners on first, runners on second. It's Birmingham trying to hold on here. The 2-2 pitch fired in. barrels it up out into center field, right into the glove of St. Clair. It'll pop out. And now, rounding third, looking to make a run, a double on the air for Brown. 1 run scored in. Runners on second, runners on third now. 1-0 the score, top of the first on PotsdamBears.com. 0 outs on the scoreboard. Ella Keene up to bat here for SUNY Oneonta. The left-handed batter looking to make a move with runners on second and third. A dangerous situation with good contact potentially made. Pitch fired in, laying down the bunt. And looking for the quick tag there. It's not going to be off in time as she'll be safe. That'll be 2 runs scored in a corner situation now. Split on first and third. 2-0 the score. Top of the first. Runners on first, runners on third. Jamie Cardello up. She'll let the first one go down the center for a strike. Again, runners on first, runners on third. Cardello, one of the best batters on this squad, enters into the point. .364 batting average, 77 at-bats for her. 0-1 pitch fired in. It's going to be high for the throwdown, and they will not tag the runner. Instead, pop to third and hold. So runners on second and third now. One-to-one pitch. Contact made in between the gap. Now out into center field. Scooped up by St. Clair. Trying to fire it in. Not in time with 1 run scored. 2 runs scored. It's 4-0. Runner on second situation off the air of St. Clair, and 4-0 the score. 0 outs on the scoreboard. Top of the first on PotsdamBears.com. First one thrown in for a ball to start things off. 1-0 the count. Contact made, foul off. The count now 1-1. Again, that's Kayla Keene batting here with the .284 batting average. Entering into this contest with 67 at-bats. In the stretch, wind up now. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. The count now 1-2. Birmingham in the stretch. Wind up now. The 1-2 pitch. Be wide right of the plate. Deuces on the board now. Runners on second. Again, that's Jamie Cardello looking to make a move all the way out on second. Kayla Keene looking to light it up. Contact made out into right field, and it'll be fouled off. Count will remain the same. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Top of the first, 4-0 the score. Birmingham in the stretch, wind up now, the 2-2 pitch, fouled off again, count will remain with deuces. Runner on second situation here, Oneonta trying to continue the rally. They got started up early on in the top of the first. And the 2-2 pitch. Contact made, barrels it up in between the gap. Rounding third, looking to make her way home. Cardello, she'll score in, and a double for Kayla Keene. 5-0 the score. Top of the first, 0 outs on the scoreboard. Emma Moore up to bat here for Oneonta. scoring a run for herself off the air last game, coming into the contest with a .206 batting average, 34 at-bats, trying to help contribute to the cause here. That's this Oneonta team has built up in the top of the first. Birmingham, the pitch. Down the center of the pipe for a strike. The count now 0-1. In the stretch. Wind up now, the 0-1 pitch. Fired in, that one. Low, the count now 1-1. Runner on second situation here. Oneonta eager here to continue on with this lead. They started up, carrying the momentum over from the last game. Contact made out into center field and right past the glove of St. Clair, rounding third and looking to make her way home is Keene to score for 6 on the board, a double for Emma Moore. 6-0 the score at the top of the first, and with it now it is going to be Abigail Posano. Enters in batting a .258, 66 at-bats prior to tonight's contest. Pitch thrown down the center for a strike. Count 0-1, 0 outs on the scoreboard. Top of the first. Runner on second situation. 6-0 the score. It's Oneonta leading. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. The count now 0-2. Birmingham in the stretch, wind up now, the 0-2 pitch. That one's going to be wide, right of the plate. The count now 1-2. Room to play, Birmingham trying to close this one out here. One to 2 pitch, fired in. That one high, deuces across the board now. Again, runner on second situation here. Oneonta looking to continue with the rally. And the 2-2 pitch. That one's going to go out into right field and fouled off. The count will remain the same. Deuces. Again, senior night here for the Bears tomorrow night. Birmingham, the 2-2 pitch. Contact made out into right field and right past the glove of Sam Horn. Rounding third. Now looking to make her way home and score. It'll be 7-0. That was Emma Moore. Abigail Posano will double it up. And Abigail Silliman now up to bat. Comes into the contest batting a .269. 52 at-bats prior to tonight's contest. (1-1) the count. Runner on second situation here. In the stretch, wind up now, 1-1 pitch. Wide right of the plate, the count now 2-1. Contact made right out into left field. And with that, she'll looking to go for 2. She will. Runners on second, runners on third, 7-0 the score, top of the first on PotsdamBears.com. We head to the top of the batting order. It's Ava Blanley's turn. And with that, a timeout will be called. Coach Furchin said enough is enough, and she'll reassess here in the center circle. 7-0 the score, top of the first. Oneonta doing an excellent job with the rally. We're going to go to a brief intermission. Don't go anywhere. More softball coming your way. And with the swap, it'll be relief pitcher Sam Horn relieving Emily Birmingham as she'll head out to right field.
And did they just switch positions?
Yeah, they literally just switched positions. All she said to me was swap. I was like, okay.
And barrels it up, and with that, another run for SUNY Oneonta. 8-0 the score. Runners on first, runners on second. Oneonta off to a great start here in the top of the first. A rally up and going. Again, Sam Horn enters back in. She pitched the first game here against Oneonta. She'll relieve Emily Birmingham, who's going to be out in right field now. Pitch thrown in. It'll be a strike to get things going. Again, runners on first, runners on second situation. Contact made by Camacho. And now your bases will be loaded. Emily Brown will be up to bat here for Oneonta. Brown enters into this contest batting a .397 with 63 at-bats. One of the best batters here on this Oneonta squad. Loaded bases here. Ducks in the pond for Emily Brown. Horn in the stretch, wind up now, pitch thrown in, contacts made, barrels it out into center field, going, and it'll hit the back wall. Rounding third, scoring 1. And now 2 runs for Oneonta. It'll be a double for Brown. Emily Brown running in 2, 0 outs on the scoreboard. Top of the first. Contact made in between the gap, rolling out now, scoring another run in.
Sorry.
Sarah Kropp will step into the contest for the first time tonight for SUNY Oneonta. Kropp coming in with a .143, batting with 7 at-bats. First one thrown down for a ball. The count now 1-0. Again, runners on second and third situation here. 0 outs in the top of the first. The 1-0 pitch thrown in. Contact made. Slow roller scooped up by Wasserman. Thrown over to first for out number 1 on the board. The 5-3 put out. Kayla Keene batting now. The ball will be fouled down the third baseline. The count now 0-1. 1 out on the scoreboard, top of the first. Listen to PotsdamBears.com. 11-0 the score as Oneonta leads. The 0-1 pitch and the attempt for the changeup here by Sam Horn did not take the bait by Kayla Keene. The count will be 1-1 now. Runners on second, runners on third situation. The 1-1 pitch. Contact made in between the gap. Now out to left field, scoring in 1 run. The count, the score, now 12-0. Emma Moore's turn to have some fun. Corner situation, runners on first, runners on third. Horn. Contact made in between. Scooped up by Rosick, looking to fire to 1, not in time. (13-0) the score. Runners on second, runners on first. Kendall Ward will enter into the contest, batting here for Oneonta. Enters into the .240 and 25 at-bats. The left-handed batter looking to make some advancements here. Runners on first, runners on second. Contact made, foul it off here. Out of play, and the count will be now 0-1. 1 out on the scoreboard, top of the first. 13-0 the score as Oneonta leads. Good rally going. They look to continue to push. Horn in the stretch. Wind up. The 0-1 pitch. Fired in. Down the center of the pipe for a strike. The count now 0-2. Again, that's Kendall Ward batting here for SUNY Oneonta. The 0-2 pitch. Fired in. Wide. She won't take the bait and hold. The count now 1-2. Horn in the stretch. Wind up the 1-2 pitch. Contact made. Barrels it out to center field. Going and dropping into the glove of St. Clair for out number 2 on the board. Abigail Silliman's turn. Fired and a
left early.
They'll say that the runner left early. That'll be out number 3, and that'll conclude the top of the first. We head to the bottom of the first on PotsdamBears.com. 13-0 the score. The Bears look to get the bats up and cracking. Don't go anywhere. More softball coming your way. Birmingham batting here for the Bears, trying to get things started off. The bottom of the first. First one thrown in for a ball. It is Caitlin McTiernan pitching here for Oneonta. Kayla Keene behind the plate. The 1-0 pitch. Wide, that'll be a ball. Count now 2-0. McTiernan in the stretch. Wind up now, the 2-0 pitch. Fired in for a strike. The count now 2-1. Birmingham now trying to get things started off. .393 with 56 at-bats is what she enters in with. Contact made. Slow roller by Silliman. Fired over to first for the 4-3 put out number 1 on the board. Alexis Rosick's turn as she looks to get things started up here for the Bears.
Bears number 2, Alexis Rosick.
One out on the scoreboard, the bottom of the first. She'll hold the count now 1-0. Again, Alexis Rosick looking to get things started off. 74 at-bats coming in with a .392. Swing and a miss for a strike. Your count now 1-1. McTiernan in the stretch. Wind up now, the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss for a strike. The count now 1-2. One to 2 pitch, fired in, and that'll be a ball. Deuces across the board. Bears look to get the bats up and cracking here. Bottom of the first. Caitlin McTiernan in the stretch. Wind up. The 2-2 pitch. Count now full 3-2. Tiernan, Rosick battling it off. Three to 2 pitch fired in, and that'll be wide. That is now 3-2. Fouled off, count will remain the same, full. 1 out on the scoreboard, bottom of the first. Bears look to get things cooking here. Three to 2 pitch fired in. Staying alive here, another life, another day. Contact made and right into the glove of Caitlin McTiernan. Snagged out of the air. 2 outs on the board. Peyton St. Clair's turn to bat here for the Bears, entering in with a .403 and a 72 at-bats. St. Clair looking to get things started here for the Bears. Fired in a wide of the plate for a ball. The count now 1-0. Just low and out of sight. That one for ball 2. The count, 2 outs on the scoreboard, bottom of the first, 13-0 the score. It is Oneonta leading. McTiernan in the stretch, wind up. Now the 2-0 pitch, fired in high. Count now 3-0. Gotta battle back here, McTiernan. Down the center for a strike. The count now 3-1. Again, it's St. Clair here looking to get things started here for the Bears. In the stretch, wind up, 3-1 pitch, fired in wide for a ball. St. Clair will take first. Maddie Wasserman now up to bat here for SUNY Potsdam.
Now batting for the Bears, number 15, Madeline Wasserman.
Entering into the contest, the .333 and 54 at-bats prior to tonight. Runner on first situation here now, 1-0 the count. 2 outs on the scoreboard, bottom of the first on PotsdamBears.com. The sun starts to set slightly over Potsdam, New York. The 1-0 pitch sends it all the way out into left field, right into the glove of Tatum Pusano for out number 3. That'll conclude the first as we head into the top of the second on PotsdamBears.com. Oneonta looks to continue their rally. Contact made out into center field was Eva Blaney, her single. Chloe Kutcheff will enter over at shortstop. Mia Cooper at second. Sophia Camacho batting here now for Oneonta. Contact made, dropping right in front. Trying to fire to first, not in time. Safe. Now runners on first, runners on second. Runners on first, runners on second. Emily Brown up to bat here for Oneonta. Contact, not quite. She'll hold back. And that is Millie Reed batting for Oneonta. Enters in with a .250, 4 at-bats. This makes her fifth. Caught for out 2. Ella Keene now batting with 2 outs on the scoreboard, top of the second. Wide and just inside the box, it'll be a strike. 2 outs on the scoreboard, top of the second, 13-0 the score. Runners on first, runners on second. Contact made out into right field, dropping into the glove, right in front of the glove of Birmingham. She'll fire in, not in time. Bases are loaded. 2 outs on the scoreboard, runners on first, second, and third. And with ducks in the pond, it is Sarah Kropp up to bat. Kropp enters in with a .143 and 7 at-bats prior to tonight's contest. Ducks in the pond, she'll make contact, fouling it off down the third base line. The count now 0-1. In the stretch, wind up now, the 0-1 pitch. Is that a ball? Now 1-1. Loaded bases here for Sarah Kropp. 2 outs on the scoreboard, top of the second. You're listening at PotsdamBears.com. 1-1 pitch. Contact made, barrels it up into center field, right in the glove of Peyton St. Clair for out number 3. That'll conclude the top of the second. We head to the bottom of the second where the Bears look to get something going. You're listening on PotsdamBears.com. Looking to get things started off here for SUNY Potsdam, it is Sam Horn. Horn Warren enters in prior to tonight with a .300, batting 70 at-bats prior to tonight's contest. McTiernan firing it in. Contact made. Slow roller scooped up by Stillman. Fired over to first for the 4-3 put out, and out number 1 on the board. Chloe Kutroff's turn to bat here for SUNY Potsdam.
Number 3, Chloe Kutroff.
Batting with a .210 with 62 at-bats prior to tonight's contest. The pitch fired in. Strike to start things off for Caitlin McTiernan.
Sweet next. Yeah, I don't know the whole thing is what it's next. Because I know the whole thing's probably going to get messed up now, right? So it's sweet.
In the stretch, wind up now, the 0-1 pitch. Down the center of the pipe, that's going to be a strike. The count now 0-2. 1 out on the scoreboard, bottom of the second. 13-0 the score. It is Oneonta leading over the Bears. McTiernan in the stretch, wind up now. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, out number 2 on the board. Sophia Pleat will enter up to the plate now for the Bears as she looks to get things started off.
Yep, please.
Pitch fired in, and that'll be a strike. The count now 0-1. McTiernan in the stretch, wind up, 0-1 pitch, fired down, and the count now 1-1. 2 outs on the scoreboard, bottom of the second. A 1-1 pitch, fired wide, right of the plate. The count now 2-1. Pleat enters in batting a .286 and 56 at-bats prior to tonight's contest. She looks to get things going here. Contact made, fouled off. 2-2 deuces across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs on the scoreboard. The bottom of the second. McTiernan in the stretch, wind up now, 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, out number 3. That'll conclude the second as we head to the top of the third. Oneonta leading 13-0. They look to continue to push. More softball coming your way. Oneonta's turn to bat as they look to continue their rally from the first inning. That is Kayla Keene batting. First one thrown in for a strike. Kayla Keene entering into this contest prior to tonight. Batting a .284 with 67 at-bats. That one high, just off the mark. The count now 1-1. Horn with the 1-1 pitch. That one wide to count now 2-1. Top of the third inning on PotsdamBears.com. Again, it's Kayla Keene looking to get things going here and cooking in the kitchen for Oneonta. In the stretch, wind up, the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Deuces on the board now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch fired in. Contact made. Barrels it out to left. And air for the double. Feet on the ground for Oneonta. And with it now, it's Emma Moore batting. Batting a .206 with 34 at-bats prior to tonight's contest. She looks to advance. Runner on second situation here now. Oneonta looking to push. Horn with the pitch fired in. Swing and a miss. The count now 0-1. Runner on the second situation here. Horn in the stretch, wind up, the 0-1 pitch. Fired in, pass ball, and Kayla Keene will advance to third with the steal. Runner on third situation now. Horn in the stretch, firing it in for a ball. The count now 1-2. Runner on third situation here. 0 strikes, contact made, fouls it off, and staying alive. Count will remain the same, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 0 outs, top of the third, 13-0 the score, Oneonta leading. Again, runner on third situation here. Horn in the stretch, wind up now, the 1-2 pitch. Contact made, staying in play, and it'll foul off just last moment. Down the third baseline. Another life, another day. Again, 1-2 the count, it'll remain. Contact made, scooped up by Rabin, fired over to first, but actually she's going to hold it. She didn't fire it over. And now a corner situation, runners on first and third. That one fouled up and over the top. It is Kendall Ward batting here for Oneonta. Again, Kendall Ward with a .240 batting average with 25 at-bats prior to tonight's contest. Stepping in for the first time, her last at-bat. That one just off the mark for a ball. The count now 1-1. Again, corners with runners on first and third. Horn with the 1-1 pitch. Contact made as it barrels up into center field, right into the glove of Hannah Fagan. Out number 1 on the board. Again, corners with runners on first and third. Abigail Silliman batting here for Oneonta with a .269. 52 at-bats prior to tonight's contest. Horn, the pitch. That one wide, and it'll be a ball. The count now 1-0. Swing and a miss for a strike. The count now 1-1. Again, Stilleman looking to advance her teammates here. Runners on first and third. One out on the scoreboard. Top of the third inning on PotsdamBears.com. Again, my name is Carmia Carista. Senior night tomorrow night here for the Bears. Be sure to tune in for that. Contact made, barreled in the left. Right into the glove of Sophia Pleat. 2 outs and now a sac fly. 14-0 the score here for Oneonta. We head to the top of the batting order as it's Eva Blaney.
You got a sub. Pinch hitter. Yeah, pinch hitter.
And we're going to be getting a pinch hitter here for Blaney.
15 for 1.
That'll be Anna.
For 1.
Thank you.
Spisha Yeti. So Anna Spisha Yeti will have her turn at the plate as she enters in to the contest with a .250 and 60 at-bats prior to tonight. 2 outs on the scoreboard, 0-1 the count. Runners on first, runners on first. 0-1 pitch, contact made, soft toss to first. 4-3 put out number 3 on the board. That'll conclude the top of the first. We head to the bottom of the third. As the score is 14-0, the Bears look to get the bats up and cracking. You're listening to PotsdamBears.com. More softball coming your way. Mia Cooper batting for the Bears here now. 0-1 the count. Anna Spisha Yachty out in right field, relieving Eva Blaney. (1-1 the count now here for Cooper. Enters in the contest batting a .333, 12 at-bats prior to tonight. A count now 1-2. Again, Caitlin McTiernan pitching here for Oneonta. Kayla Keene behind the plate, the dynamic duo here for the SUNY Oneonta squad tonight. Be strike 3 out number 1. Cadence Cronin batting now for SUNY Oneonta.
Here's number 25, Cadence Cronin.
Okay, who was subbed for Emily? Emily's?
Emily's still in the game.
Yeah, okay.
.288 is what she batted prior to tonight with 66 at-bats. Tiernan firing it in, fouled off down the first base line, out of play. The count now 0-1. In the stretch, wind up now, 0-1 pitch. Fired wide right of the plate, the count now 1-1. McTiernan in the stretch, wind up now, 1-1 pitch, fired down the pipe, that's going to be a strike, the count now 1-2, 1 out on the scoreboard in the bottom of the third, 14-0 the score. It's Oneonta leading the Bears, look to get things moving. Cadence Cronin batting here for SUNY Potsdam, the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, out number 2 on the board. We head to the top of the batting order. It's Emily Birmingham's turn.
Emily Birmingham.
We have ball to start things off. The count now 1-0. 2 outs on the scoreboard. Bottom of the third. Contact made. Slow roller scooped up by Keene. Fired over to first for the 6-3 put out. That'll conclude the third. We head to the top of the fourth. It's 14-0. Oneonta looking to continue their lead. More softball on PotsdamBears.com coming up right after this brief intermission.
Just switch position.
We enter back into the top of the fourth. Riley McGinnis batting here with also relief pitcher Chloe Kucherov. Young will stay behind the plate as Kucherov's behind the mound. It's Riley McGinnis looking to get things going. Count now 1-1. Riley McGinnis enters in with a .250 with 16 at-bats prior to tonight's contest. 1-1 pitch. That one's high. The count now 2-1. Kucherov in the stretch, wind up now, the 2-1 pitch, contact made, all the way out, rolling into center field, a single for McGinnis. Millie Reed batting now for Oneonta. .250 and 4 at-bats prior to tonight's contest. Barrels it out into center field, landing in between the gap. It'll be a double for her. Runners on second, runners on third. And now Ella Keene up to bat here for Oneonta. A .304 batting average and 79 at-bats prior to tonight. Runners on second, runners on third situation. The 1-0 pitch into the dirt. The count now 2-0. Kucherov in the stretch. Wind up now. 2-0 pitch. Contact made. Kucherov firing to first now. The 1-3 put out number 1 on the board. Holding the runners to second and third. 1 out on the scoreboard. Top of the fourth. It is Sarah Kropp batting for Oneonta. The pitch. That one low for a ball. The count now 1-0. Kucherov in the stretch. Wind up now. 1-0 pitch. Barrels it off to right field. Out of play. The 1-1 pitch fired in. That one low. The count now 2-1. Kucherov in the stretch. Wind up the 2-1 pitch. Low again. Now 3-1. Down in the count. Got to battle back here. Runners on second. Runners on third. Situation here as Oneonta looks to continue their lead. It is 14-0 the score. Top of the fourth on PotsdamBears.com. Now the 3-1 pitch. Slow roller, scooped up by Horn. Fired over to first for the 6-3 put out. They'll hold the runners to second and third. And now 2 outs on the board. Kayla Keene batting here for Oneonta. Entering into the .284, 67 at-bats prior to tonight. 2 outs on the scoreboard. Runners on second, runners on third with the pitch. High, wide, right of the plate. It is a ball to get things started. 1-0 the count. The sun continues to set here in Potsdam, New York. Again, senior night here for the Bears tomorrow night. Or tomorrow afternoon, I shall say. 2-0 the count. Again, it's Kayla Keene looking to bring her teammates home with 2 outs on the scoreboard with the runners on the second and third. Kucherov been able to hold them so far. Now the 2-0 pitch. That one low to be a ball. 3-0. Kucherov got a battle back here. Down in the count. In the stretch. Wind up now. The 3-0 pitch. That'll be a ball, and bases are now loaded for Oneonta. Ducks in the pond. It is Emma Moore up to bat.
So they're switching totally then.
Ducks for DP.
Or they're just
Just
switching.
in that end. Because that's the pitcher.
Caitlin McTiernan enters into the contest. Ducks in the pond, her only at bat. She's hit a home run. She's looking to go back to back here for potential grand. Ducks in the pond fired in, barrels it out to center field. Contact made running 1 and 2 on the air. 2 runs scored in.
Right. So they say flash for DP. You just switch position.
18-0 the score. The top of the 4th.
She just schooled us.
Okay, so she's actually going up. That must be. Check.
Kendall Ward batting here. .240, 25 at-bats prior to tonight. It's Ward. It's to center field into the glove of Hannah Fagan. That'll conclude the top of the 4th. We head to the bottom of the 4th. It is 16-0 the score on PotsdamBears.com. The Bears look to get the bats up and cracking. More softball coming your way after this brief intermission.
I got it.
Alexis Rosick up to the helm here in the attempt to get things going here for the Bears. Bridget Berry, the relief pitcher for Oneonta. Riley McDonald now enters in to right field, and Sophia Camacho will enter back into center. Berry the pitch. It'll be a strike. The count now 2-1. Again, it's Alexis Rosick trying to get things going for SUNY Potsdam in the bottom of the fourth. Sends it up into the glove of Camacho right down the center field, and that'll be out number 1.
No, it's hand out. Great. Now batting for the Bears, number 24, Hannah Fagan.
Hannah Fagan up to bat here for SUNY Potsdam now. Trying to get things started off. 1 out on the scoreboard.
Then it's going to be Grace Raven
In the bottom of the fourth.
instead of Maddie Wasserman.
Okay.
So then Grace Raven.
That was 25 through there, right? So that's 5-3.
For the 5-3 put out number 2 on the board. It is now Grace Raven up to bat for SUNY Potsdam.
Bears, number 23, Grace Raven.
Enters in to the contest with 5 at-bats and 0 flat. First one fired in for a ball, 1-0 the count. 2 outs on the scoreboard in the bottom of the fourth on PotsdamBears.com. And 16-0 the score. Oneonta leading over the Bears. The 1-0 pitch. Fired down the center pipe for a strike. The count now 1-1. Bridget Berry in the stretch, wind up the 1-1 pitch. She'll get hit and now walked.
No.
Now batting for the Bears, number 17, Sam Horn.
Sam Horn's turn to have some fun. Runners on first situation here for the Bears. 2 outs on the scoreboard as she's up to bat. Berry in the stretch, wind up the pitch. Ripped up down center field, right into the glove of Camacho for out number 3. That'll conclude the fourth. We head to the top of the fifth. Oneonta looks to move. 16-0 the score. Runner on first situation here for Oneonta as they're looking to continue their push here, top of the fifth. Contact made. Fouled off, and now the count 0-1. Cody Kucherov, the pitcher here for SUNY Potsdam. Calissa Young behind the plate. First one thrown in. It's going to be a ball. Fouled off again here. Top of the fifth inning, 16-0 the score. 1-2 the count. 0-2 the count.
Did she social?
Yeah, she has. I know, but that's what she has. No, she wanted to. That was one. He's throwing 4 pitches.
Shruff in the stretch, wind up down the 1-2 pitch. Contact made in the gap out to left field. Single. Now one in, runners on first and second. Fired down the pipe for a strike. The count 0-1. Sophia Camacho batting here for SUNY Oneonta. Runners on first, runners on second. Camacho, the contact, infield pop fly. Caught into the glove of Cadence Cronin. Out number 1. The top of the fifth. Millie Reed now up to the plate. .250 prior to tonight, 4 at-bats. Split for the 25% here. Reed looking to get something moving. The bounce up air, the runners will advance to second and third. Count now 2-0. One the count. Again, Oneonta looking to make some moves here and continue on right where they left off. It is 16-0 the score, top of the fifth. Runners on second, runners on third. Kucherov in the stretch, wind up. Now the 2-1 pitch. Ripped into the gap. They'll run 1 in and 2, and it'll be a double for Millie Reed. Score now 18-0. Ella Keene batting here. Runner on second. Situation, 1 out on the scoreboard. Top of the 5th. Kucherov in the stretch. Wind up now, 0-1 pitch. The 1-1 pitch, contact made, slow roller. The toss from Cooper to Cronin. Now the 4-3 put out number 2. They'll advance the runner to third. Be a sacrifice for her. Sarah Kropp up to bat here now for Oneonta. 2 outs on the scoreboard. Top of the 5th. Fired into the dirt. The count now 1-0. Kropp enters in with a .143 batting average. 7 at-bats prior to tonight. Contact made right into the glove of first baseman Cadence Cronin. That'll conclude the top of the 5th. We head into the bottom of the 5th on PotsdamBears.com. 18-0 the score, where the Bears need to get the back. Cassidy Richards entering into the contest to bat here for SUNY Potsdam. As we head to the bottom of the 5th, it is Oneonta leading 18-0.
21 for 3, 19 for 11.
Sorry, say it one more time.
21 for 3. I have eyes, lady.
21 will be pitching.
Yes.
Yep. And then who?
9 for 3. 19 for 3, sorry. Well, yeah, she'll be pitching
3.
in the ghost.
21 for 3, 19 for 11.
Cassidy Richards entering into the contest, batting here for SUNY Potsdam with 10 at-bats prior to tonight, batting a .100. The count 1-1 now, 0 outs in the bottom of the 5th. It's 18-0 the score as Oneonta leads. The Bears are in do or die situation. Got to get the bats up and cracking here. Bridget Berry, the 1-1 pitch. Now 2-1 the count as that was wide left of the plate, just out of the mark. Richards now looking to get things going here for the Bears. Berry in the stretch, wind up, the 2-1 pitch, slow roller, scooped up by Berry, quick toss to first. Now the 1-3 put out number 1 on the board.
Now batting for the Bears, number 19, Kendall Thompson.
Kendall Thompson up to bat now for SUNY Potsdam. Looks to get things up and moving. Her first at-bat of her career, and now looking to get things started. That one fouled off and over the top. Oh, and 1 to count. 1 out on the scoreboard, bottom of the 5th. Again, it's Thompson looking to get things moving for the Bears, trying to get things started up. Swing and a miss. The count now 0-2. Bridget Berry room to play. Berry in the stretch, wind up now, the 0-2 pitch, contact made right into the glove of Brown for out number 2.
Now batting for the Bears, number 9, Mia Cooper.
Mia Cooper up to bat now for SUNY Potsdam. Cooper batting a .333 and 12 at-bats prior to tonight. Contact made, barrels it up, and that one will stay just slightly in play. Just kidding, it's gonna roll foul. Two outs on the scoreboard, bottom of the 5th, 0-1 the count, 18-0. The Bears are in a do or die. Contact made and a snag out of the air from Emily Brown. That concludes the game. 18-0 the final score. Oneonta sweeps and doubleheader action on the road. The Bears play again tomorrow at home for their senior game. Be sure to tune in for that. My name's Carmia Carista, where Oneonta sweeps. Have a wonderful night, everyone.